Good morning. So, I want to talk about pain and about surrendering into the pain and what is pain and what does pain come to teach us emotional pain. So, as we can see in the physical body, when we have a injury or we fall down, we scrape our knee as a kid and we have pain, it has come to, first of all, to protect us, to um, allow us or kind of force us to protect our body from injury, from pain. Because we don't like the sensation of pain, then we don't like to injure our body. So it's a self-protective kind of mechanism. And in the spirit realm, so in the laws of the universe apply. When you find a law of the universe, then you can apply it to many different aspects. And so just as pain in the physical realm has come to teach us and is a self-protective, something happened, we have an injury, our physical body has, there's something wrong there. There's something that needs to be mended, attended to, and a lot of times attended to immediately. And you can see the same thing in the spiritual realm. Whenever we are in pain, it is because we have some kind of wound there, some kind of something that is out of alignment with its natural nature. Just like your body, when you have a sore, it's out of its natural way of being, right? It's showing you there's something off. And in the spiritual realm, a lot of times what we do is, rather than mend that, because we perceive it, we've been raised on, that it is emotional pain is something that, boys don't cry, quit crying, quit feeling sorry for yourself, toughen up. And so because we can't see these injuries, a lot of times we just try to close them off in a box where we don't have to look at them, we don't have to pay attention to them, but they're always there under the surface. And whenever we have some kind of stimulation that touches that scab or touches that emotional wound that we are carrying around with us, thank you for coffee, then we tend to either close it off. We don't want to feel that emotional pain, so we close it off and we bring our attention to something else and we just don't take care of it. But it is always there, and it is always keeping us out of alignment with our higher selves, because there's a whole aspect of ourselves that we're not visiting because it is wounded, because it hurts anytime we go there. So some kind of trauma or some kind of way of thinking, some kind of belief, some kind of belief that was formed usually in early childhood or through trauma, because trauma teaches you really quick to think in a certain way. And I'm just thinking to myself, what is the opposite of trauma? Or like wake up moments where all of a sudden you have this aha moment and you realize something that changes everything that you believe in an instant, or you reevaluate things, it brings things back up to the surface. So when we are going through life with all these traumas and all of these emotional wounds that cause us pain, anything that is keeping us out of alignment with our higher selves and with the natural way of things cause an effect with our own healing, with our own self as a healed being or as a fully actualized being. Then we are losing aspects of ourselves. We are losing parts of ourselves that are not accessible to us because we're afraid of going through that pain. So you can see pain as a portal to certain aspects of your own self. It is to the completion of yourself. It is to your God light in these places that are wounded. And I'm going to give a very extreme example of this, which is when somebody as a child goes through some kind of sexual abuse, right? Because that's an extreme trauma, which completely alters the development of the person, because our sexuality is connected to every single aspect of our life. Our sexuality is like a shortcut to our healing. We can heal our entire selves through sexuality. And because there's full acceptance there's love, there's vulnerability, there is complete openness. You also, when you come to an orgasm, you are that is, as the human experience, the place in which you are the most in the moment, because you are completely out of control. It is and control, I mean that you are completely connected. It is a moment that you are the most vulnerable, because you are lost in that moment. Getting a little bit off course, but I think it was very relevant here. But if you take somebody that has some kind of sexual trauma, and from a really young age, and so everything about their sexuality hurts, so they don't revisit it, or if they do revisit it, they revisit it in a way that is until they're healing, right? Because healing is available for everybody that is willing to go through the pain. Healing is there. We may have developed in certain ways, but we can go back and mend those ways. There may be a scar there, but we can mend, and those points of trauma actually can turn into our ultimate strength, because once we can go through that trauma, those extreme traumas, and understand them and accept them within ourselves, and overcome the pain of it, we can be there for others and help guide others through those same traumas, or through traumas that are at the same level of detriment and pain. We are living examples of that. So when we have a trauma that happens at early childhood, we don't revisit that area of our life, because it causes this pain, it causes this pain, it causes this pain. So that area of our life doesn't develop naturally and mature into its full ability or capability. We quit maturing in that place, because it's an aspect that we're not looking at anymore. We're not experiencing life through that avenue. And in order for us to be a full, rounded, and self-accepting, complete being, then we need to clear out all of these places that are causing us pain, which will allow us to go into these aspects of our life. So you can kind of see the pain as going through the pain, you go through this portal. A lot of times we don't even understand the pain. We don't know what we have closed off. We're blind to it, because we closed it off at such a young age that we're not even aware of it anymore. It becomes numb. And when something becomes numb, we not only don't feel the pain of it, but our joy isn't accessible to us. I'm going to go heat my coffee, so I'm going to pause this for a sec. Okay, so just as you, in the physical body, when you get wounded and you start bleeding out, you could see it as losing your life force energy, because your blood is your life force energy. It is what gives you life. It brings oxygen. Your heart pumps blood. It keeps you in circulation. It is your life force. So when you are bleeding, you are losing your life force. Not only are you literally leaking out your life force, your life essence, it is also taking all of your attention, because now you are all of your being. And have you ever noticed that when you have physical pain, everything else falls away and all you can focus on is that pain? So that pain takes you away and steals your life. It takes you away from anything else, because your life force is the most important. And when your life force is leaking, that is going to get all of your attention. Everything else falls short of importance. And when we look at our spiritual injuries, our emotional injuries, you could look at it as the exact same thing. When we have places of pain, places that are out of sync, places that hurt, it is a place where our life force energy leaks from. It is places, first of all, that we are losing because it's not accessible to us, those areas of our life. But it's also constantly in the background nagging. It's constantly stealing your life force energy and your capability and ability to put all of your attention and all of your life force and all of your focus into something that is expanding, because you're so busy with the healing, with the pain aspect. And what happens is a lot of times that we are so afraid of that pain because it hurts so bad. And a lot of times we don't even know what's causing the pain. It's just pain. And we don't know how to solve it. So we try to ignore it and we try to keep our focus on these other things. And instead of attending to where our life force is leaking from, because once we attend to that and once we are able to mend that, then we have all of that life force back to us, where we can use that life force for something that is growing, rather than just constantly trying to maintain, trying to patch things up, put a Band-Aid on it. And so when we are able to mend those things, then we are able to pull that life force energy back to us, and our life force energy isn't just in constant leakage. And how do we do this? We do this by allowing ourselves to go through the pain, by allowing the pain to be there and to surrender into that pain. A lot of times we think, we're trying to use our mind. But anytime we're trying to use our mind with pain, it is typically, right? I'm not going to use there is no absolute. There are many different ways to get to the same outcome. But many times we fall into the trap that we try to process the pain with our mind. And anytime we're trying to process the pain with our mind, we're trying to belittle it. We're trying to make it go away. We're trying to talk ourselves out of it. We're trying to say, no, it doesn't matter. We're not giving it place to be. So a lot of the emotional work and a lot of the work with pain is just allowing the pain to be as its own entity, without attaching the traumas to it, without having to go through and relive. Now, what will happen and will occur, just like with our mind, when we have certain thoughts, they cause us pain. When we have certain pain, it will bring thoughts up to the surface. It will, as we go, you could see it as a threshold, a pain threshold. As we are able, up here is the pain is closed off. We're not allowing ourselves to feel. And as we start going through the pain, the depth of the pain that we get starts raising all of the traumas and all of the things that we've ever gone through that are at that same level of pain. So as we go down the pain, as we go through the pain, it is going to bring up to the surface all of these childhood memories that we haven't thought about for years, relationship issues. It is going to bring up to the surface you're able to, it's like your inner being is saying, you're able to tolerate this amount of pain. Well, then good, here, work on this trauma, and here, get over this, and here, give you this. And it's going to bring up everything that you have shut out in that same level of pain, because now your inner self knows that you are able to process whatever happened at that level of pain, because you are feeling the pain. if you are allowing yourself to feel this amount of pain, everything in your life that has ever caused you this amount of pain is going to rise up now and give you the opportunity to work through it. And have you ever noticed that when something really detrimental happens that causes this massive amount of pain, things that caused you this much pain that annoyed you before, all of a sudden it just seems like child play. It seems like that's not even, so what if that happened? And it seems like things that you used to be traumatized about don't even seem like a trauma anymore. It just seems like, oh, okay, I can work through that. And it becomes easier and easier and easier. And as you go through and you surrender into the pain, it's just allowing the pain. The pain will be in the heart center. It will be, typically it'll be in this chakra, and it will come down to the solar plexus, I think, because that is where our life force comes from, all of that life force. And there are aspects in there that are disconnected. And as you go through the pain and you start connecting back to yourself, it will manifest. You know, you're having this emotional pain that is physically manifesting in these chakras. You can actually feel it physically. And it's just to surrender into that pain and allow it to be, and surrender into it. You know, you feel like that. You breathe into it and you can feel it. And this is a process. It's like opening a flower. And every little twitch of the opening is painful. And if you let go like this, it's too far open. Sometimes you can feel like, it's like when you feel your energy expanding, you feel you go, and it goes in pulses, because it has to slowly open. Everything is pulsating and vibrating. And I would also like to introduce the idea that pain is your guidance. It's guiding you. It's showing you the places that you are not connected, the places that you are disconnected. If you have pain in your spiritual being, it just like when you have pain in your body, it's coming to show you places that need attention, places that are off, places that are out of alignment with your healthy self. So within the spirit realm, it is the exact same thing. Places that you have pain are places that you are out of alignment. So when you have pain, you can be interested in that pain. You can be curious about that pain. You can want to feel that pain to see what it's coming to show you, rather than be afraid of it. Oh, it hurts so bad. I don't want to hurt. You can be like, okay, it hurts really bad. What is this? Why? Where is it coming from? Where am I out of alignment? And within the spiritual realm, it is always within, the pain is caused in places that you are out of sync with divine nature. You are out of sync with your higher self. You are holding onto ideas that are not aligned with divinity. So you are trying to force things to be a certain way because of things that you have perceived to be beliefs. Something happened to you as a child, so you believe that that you don't trust humanity. A lot of it comes with trust, because we are all coming back to trusting that we are divine and of pure love and worthy and capable and able and protected and belong and accepted, and that we're okay just as we are, and that we are loved, that we are of love, that there is purpose for us in the world. So these are the places that anything that isn't aligned with all of that is out of sync. Places that we believe that we have to control, we have to hold, we have to behave in a certain way. We can't let that in, because it threatens our existence. Those are places that are out of alignment with our God essence. And I'm not saying I'm not saying, just to be a rag. You have to use, we have all of these tools to use, which is our ego and pain and happiness and our mind and working things out and our memory and our projections. All of these things are divine tools that we have. There is no emotion that is not worthy of existence, but there are emotions that we don't want to sit in, that we want to learn what they have come to teach us, because pain has come to teach us something. It's come to show us you're out of alignment here. It's not come for us to close off and be like, okay, I'm out of alignment now. I'm just going to accept that I'm out of alignment because I don't feel like going through that pain. I can't go through the pain. And most people go through their entire lives shutting off in these little Pandora boxes all within themselves, all these places and all of these energy leakages, the life force energy leakages in their life, and they're just holding them in the box. And how much energy does it take? It takes way more energy to hold the pain away and try to live through it than it takes to push through it and go all the way through the pain and understand what it has come to teach you, and then move yourself out the other side. Now, I've also heard of the concept, and many times I've used this technique, which is, okay, there's pain, just don't look at it, go over here. Change your mindset, bring your thoughts to higher vibrational places, and then you will live in that high vibrational place, which I also see as a valid and acceptable system, because if you are always on that high flying place and feeling high emotionally, that is where we're aiming for. So if you are in that place and you can hold that place and live your life in that place, then the traumas can fall away just from them being irrelevant. But if we do want to be able to live and to experience all the different aspects of life and everything that life has to offer, which makes for a much broader life experience, a much larger life experience. And we are also, once we go through that pain, we're not afraid of those places anymore. You can't hurt me anymore with something that I've already gone through and understand. And not only can you not hurt me in that place, it won't be relevant to me. Anybody that's coming at me with something that is not relevant to me, it's just off. There won't be place for it, and it won't even come to you anymore, because it's out of vibrational synchronicity with you. If you are giving off, and I can show this with, it's this way in the universe. You won't be brought those situations, you won't be brought those people or those things that cause that kind of detriment in your life anymore. And you can see this within your relationships. When you are somebody that is so strong within themselves and their own opinion, and have worked through yourself, and you refuse to argue or refuse to go into those lower vibrational places, people that are in your life that come to you can feel and pick up on that essence. And it won't be relevant for them to bring those aspects to the table. So not only are you not having to relive those same traumas, because they won't be traumatizing to you anymore, you are also healing others, because when others are in those low emotions, when they come into contact with you, and you as a healed being, they will see automatically, their higher being can recognize it, and they will see where they're off. So they won't be able to bring that to the table with you. So you are bringing healing to them in that place, also by way of example, also by way of vibration. So again, so the point of this video is what pain comes to teach us, being able to surrender into that pain, seeing pain as a separate entity than thought, because thought can pull pain and pain can pull thought, but you can see them as separate. And when you heal one aspect, it will heal the other. And just like when you heal your mind, you heal your emotions. They are connected and intertwined. And when you can align them both perfectly together and repair your belief system also, because as you start going through the pain, it's like three entities. You can see them all connected, right? And when you are able to heal emotionally, you will also be able to heal within your mind, because they are so intertwined and connected. They're married. They are of the same. They are interacting constantly and consistently and dependent on one another, and in a dance that is always present. It is always present. Your emotions are always present with your thoughts. Your thoughts are always present in your emotions. So if you can learn how to take those things and separate them and heal this aspect, it will heal this aspect. And you also need your mind in order to heal your emotions. So it's kind of like a paradox. It's a little bit of a paradox. But if you are with me until now, you get that understanding of what that means. And the way within myself, practically, the way to heal that pain is when you are in meditation or deep within yourself and you feel that pain. It's just to breathe into it and start looking at it from the outside. Start looking at it and watching it and seeing where it hurts and how it hurts, and allowing that pain place, and even expanding the pain, expanding it, and being willing to like surrender into it. It can be very releasing. It can give you, and if you cry, you cry. It's acceptable. I mean, I cry probably almost every day from certain, as emotional beings and empaths and connected to our emotions. Yeah, that is an emotional release. And it's something that builds up, and then it allows you to expel that pain. But a lot of times, crying can be fighting against the pain. It can be, I'm not accepting, I'm crying, I'm not accepting, I'm crying. So it's really just noticing if the crying is coming from a release point, like a relief and release. And really, it's just staying attuned to yourself and allowing whatever comes naturally to come. Everything has divine purpose and divine place, and everything happens exactly as it is supposed to happen and can't be different. And allowing yourself just to be. That is where we're going back to. Just allow yourself to be. And when you can allow yourself to be, you can allow yourself to be in the present moment. When you are in the present moment, you are connected to everything all around you. When you become still within, then your surroundings become still and your life becomes still. So the Garden of Eden is a state of being. It is an understanding that all is divine, everything is exact, and everything that has developed for a reason, has come to teach us something, and we are connected to everything. We're always held. We are always connected to everything. So I'm sending you guys so much love. Let me see if there's anything else I wrote here. I wrote, emotions are portals to their own release. Emotions are portals to different aspects of yourself. The pain, you can see it as a portal to your higher self, to the connection with God, to your completion, you are always complete, but to your purification. They're places that need tending to, places that need your love, places that need acceptance, and places that need worked out and aligned within yourself and aligned to the divine. Isn't it wonderful that we have this divine that we can align ourselves and attune ourselves to? So sending you guys so much love. Thank you for watching. This was a good one.